Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So coming up later tonight, if Democrats and Republicans can't get on the same page and pass a short-term funding bill, unfortunately, that means the government will be shutting down. Now, thankfully, that is not going to impact Social Security payments going out on time next month in October. Even if the government does shut down, Social Security payments are still going to be sent out on an on-time basis and in full. So no worries about that. However, what it will impact most likely is the announcement of the next upcoming Social Security increase. In today's video, we are going to be covering everything that you need to know. But before we go ahead and dive into for today, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock or $200 in free cash, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. And if you'd rather just have the cash, all you have to do is once you receive the free stock is just sell it for what it's worth and then transfer the cash value right back to your bank account. Okay, so diving right into for today. So once again, later on tonight, if Republicans and Democrats aren't able to get on the same page at the very last second, which right now it looks like they are not going to be able to, the government is going to be shutting down. We don't know exactly how long it is going to be shutting down for. How long are they going to be playing this game of chicken? Is it going to be going on the same amount of time as it was the last time the government shut down? That was exactly right around 35 days from December 2018 through January 2019. Interestingly enough, this was also during Trump's first term. Is it going to be that same length? Is it going to be shorter? Is it possibly going to be longer? Now, thankfully, with this government shutdown, even though it's going to impact millions of Americans, thankfully, Social Security payments are still going to be going out on time and in full. So whenever you expect to receive your payment, whether it's on October 1st, or whether it's on the second, third, or fourth Wednesday of the month, you're still going to be receiving your check on time and in full. So no worries about that. That process is all automated. However, one thing that could end up being delayed by who knows how long is the announcement of what the next Social Security cost of living adjustment increase is going to be looking like. So we're going to first dive into this article here by The Hill with just a little update in regards to the upcoming possible government shutdown. They say that centrist senators are giving up hope of avoiding a government shutdown this week after a contentious Monday meeting between President Trump and congressional leaders failed to make progress on a short-term funding bill. One Democratic senator who requested to remain anonymous said it's now highly unlikely that Trump and congressional leaders will reach any preliminary agreement to allow a funding bill to pass by Tuesday's deadline. And the source said that both GOP and Democratic leaders appear to be itching for a shutdown and feeling confident they'll score political points with their respective parties' bases. So this is what a lot of this is unfortunately about. It's about scoring political points. Democrats believe that with the government shutdown, with the government shutting down, even though millions of Americans are going to be suffering, that they can blame Republicans for the government shutting down and end up winning political points, perhaps performing better with the midterms coming up next year. And Republicans believe much of the same, that they might end up being the winners with this one as well. We're going to be going over both sides' points here in just a minute. Now, they go on here to say that those hardened positions have quashed behind-the-scenes efforts by a group of moderate Democrats and Republicans to work out some sort of mutual understanding or soft deal to avoid a government shutdown at the end of the month. Is a quote, "There's a lot of interest in seeing a resolution, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be shared by leadership of the other side or the president. Trump wants a shutdown and the House Democrats want a shutdown," the source said. So again, we do have some Democrats, we have some Republicans who are working, more so the moderates, to avoid a shutdown. But again, we have the leadership who really doesn't seem like they want to reach a deal. They think they're going to, perhaps be better off by just playing this game of chicken and perhaps the government shutting down, trying to blame the other side and hope that their constituents believe that the other side is the reason for the shutdown. But again, let's hope they work something out. Now, they go on here to say that Schumer on Monday shut down talk about Senate Democrats proposing a week-long or 10-day government funding bill to buy more time for the two sides to continue talking. He told reporters that Congress can't wait any longer to extend the enhanced health insurance premium subsidies under the Affordable Care Act that are due to expire at the end of the year. He argued that the people would start to see their health insurance premiums begin to soar next month if lawmakers don't act now. Now, in addition to extending Obamacare funding, Democrats are demanding to roll back cuts and changes to Medicaid that were enacted in Trump's sweeping domestic agenda law. Trump has responded by accusing Democrats of trying to permit health care for undocumented immigrants, which they flatly dismiss as a lie. He said, quote, "The problem we have with the shutdown is that Democrats want to do all health care for illegal immigrants, many of whom are criminal, and that we are removing from this country." Trump told NBC News, "We are not going to do that." So again, the main reason that Democrats are holding out on this is they want to see some of the health care provisions that were stripped away or hardened during the One Big Beautiful Bill Act that was signed into law by Trump back on July 4th. And Republicans, on the other hand, are accusing Democrats of wanting to give illegal immigrants free health care. They say that they shouldn't be receiving free health care if many Americans aren't receiving free health care. But leave your thoughts and comments below. What do you think is going to end up happening? Now, once again, thankfully, this shutdown, if it does end up happening, is not going to impact the on-time payments. They are still going to go out in full, thankfully. However, we do have a big announcement coming up on October 15th by the Social Security Administration from statistics, from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And this is once again going to be going out on October 15th. And if the government is still shut down on October 15th, we will not have this big announcement come out. That big announcement, of course, is going to be the cost of living adjustment increase that is going to be announced. Of course, the increase is not going to take place until January 2026, but it is something that we have been looking forward to for a while now, that October 15th announcement. So according to the 401k specialists, the Social Security Administration is scheduled to announce the official 2026 cost of living adjustment in 16 days on October 15th, but that could be delayed if a looming government shutdown happens, as the federal agency that is responsible for reporting the data used to calculate the COLA, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, would completely cease operations as part of a shutdown. Now, while leaders in Congress from both parties are meeting with President Trump at the White House on Monday afternoon, and probably today as well on Tuesday, to work towards avoiding it, a federal government shutdown will begin at 12:01 a.m. on Wednesday, October 1st, 2025, without congressional action. And if a shutdown isn't averted, the Department of Labor is preparing for what would amount to a news and data blackout, as the vast majority of employees would be furloughed. Now, once again, you can see up on the screen, coming up on October 15th at exactly 8:30 a.m., they are scheduled to release the inflation data for the month of September. And what's going to be especially important about that is that the September data is going to give us the full 3 months of the third quarter data of this year to be able to compare it to the 3 months third quarter data of last year. And that's how they basically, calculate what the cost of living adjustment is going to be. They use the CPIW inflation data for the third quarter of this year. They compare it to the CPIW of the third quarter of last year, and whatever that has risen by is what the cost of living adjustment is going to be. So if it rises by 5%, the cost of living adjustment is 5%. If it's 8%, the cost of living adjustment is 8%. Now, right now, they are projecting anywhere between 2.7 to 2.8%. That, of course, is not yet official, and it won't be official until October 15th. That is, of course, if the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics is up and running and we don't continue to have this government shutdown takes place. Now, again, usually in a lot of these instances, we play this game of chicken at the very last second. Republicans and Democrats do end up getting on the same page and they pass some sort of short-term funding bill. We'll see if it ends up being the same case here. But again, leave your thoughts and comments below. Do you think they're going to end up shutting down the government? How long do you think they're going to end up shutting it down for? And is it really going to bother you if you have to wait a few weeks longer to see what the next cost of living adjustment increase is going to be looking like? Or are you completely fine with waiting it out? Leave your thoughts and comments below. But that's all we have for today's video, and I will see you in the next one.